Over the past 30 years of my experience with the March of the Living, there have been uncountable inspiring moments. But the most inspiring, heartening, and uplifting experience for me is watching each and every year the beautiful relationships that blossom between the survivors and their young students. Just last week before the March of the Living, as some of you already know, I received a text message from Marilyn Sinclair, who wrote me a short message that touched my heart so deeply, which I'd like to share with you. She said that her father, Ernie Weiss, Zichron Laracha, who participated in the march some years ago, told her that when he passes away and goes to Shemayim and goes to heaven, and when God asks him what he did with his life, he will say only one thing: I told my story to children at Auschwitz. I told my story to children at Auschwitz. For Ernie Weiss, going on the March of the Living was the most important thing that he'd done in his entire life. So thank you to our dear survivors for your courage, your bravery, and your eloquence in sharing us. So thank you for sharing and entrusting your stories to the next generation, even though at times it brings back the most painful of memories. But you do so that no one in the world will ever experience such a tragedy again. And thank you to our dear students for listening to the survivors with such honesty and sincerity, and for agreeing to be the bearers of their memories, in the words of Elie Wiesel, the witnesses for the witnesses. And with that, I'd like to call upon two of our survivors, Georgie Nemes from Montreal, and Georgine Nash from Toronto, to share with us what it is like to come to Israel from Poland after being on the March of the Living.